Introduce the application tools. Foaming agent, chisel, screwdriver, expander 1 set, hexagon socket 1 set, art knife, water pipe scissors, ordinary scissors, cutting knife, drill bit, tape measure, linesman pliers, hammer, tape measure, monkey wrench, pipe bender, soldering set, manual expander, hydraulic spreader, electric hand drill, angle grinder, electric wrench, hammer, all-purpose glue. Introduce the application auxiliary materials. Air cooler, compressor set, control panel, balanced window, thermal insulation cable tie, compressor foot pad, electric wire, lead screw nut, switch, cold storage lamp, heater strip, copper pipe, welding rod, U-bend, heat insulation cotton, high pressure insulation, low pressure insulation, insulation of water pipes, 2 screws on the top of the lead screw, mounting pad, reserve about 2 centimeters at the top. Before the installation of the unit, the floor inside the cold storage needs to be paved with cardboard. Before installing the outdoor unit, it is necessary to monitor whether there is a pressure value. Tool used, manifold instrument, connection of pipe. Open it counterclockwise using an Allen tool. Observe whether there is pressure at this value on the manifold gauge. Please note, if the outdoor unit has a refrigerant has been added mark, it needs to be turned off. Use an Allen tool to close it clockwise. Conversely, if there is no marking, open it to release the internal gas. Install the outdoor unit. Use scissors to evenly cut the foot pads of the outdoor unit. Place the foot pads of the outdoor unit in alignment with the screw holes. After placement, all 4 contact holes of the outdoor unit are fixed with screws. It is firmly fixed without tilting. 0.3. The distance between the back of the outdoor unit and the wall is more than 0.3 meters. The distance between the front air outlet of the outdoor unit and obstacles is more than 2 meters. Installation of the cold air blower position. Measure the length of the screws at the bottom corner of the fan. 50. Length, 50 centimeters. Measure the width of the screws at the bottom corner of the fan. 46. Width, 46 centimeters. Come to the top of the cold storage panel to measure the installation position of the cold air blower. 10-40. If the panel is 10 centimeters long, 40 centimeters should be reserved behind the fan. 50. Then a total length of 50 centimeters is obtained. Mark with a symbol. Also use the parallel method to find the position on the other side. Measure the total length of the cold storage width. 200. For example, the total length is 200 centimeters. Then take the center point. Find the central position. 100. It's 100 centimeters away. 50. It is known that the length of the anchor bolts for the fan is 50 centimeters. Then calculate from the center point of the warehouse board. 25. Make marks 25 centimeters to the left and right respectively. 46. It is known that the width of the screws at the bottom corner of the fan is 46 centimeters. 46. Then increase the mark by 46 centimeters from the previous marked point and make a mark. Finally, the positions for hoisting the 4 screws of the fan were obtained. Use a chisel to drill holes at 4 point. Take out the pre-installed lead screw. Place it in the drilled hole position. Use a hammer to hit to the bottom. Follow the same operation and install the remaining lead screws. Check whether the interior of the lead screw in the cold storage is flush and symmetrical. Use to screw caps. Screw it onto the 2 lead screws at the front of the fan in advance. Install the fan. First, insert the front end slot of the fan into the pre-installed screw cap. Then add the screw cap on the upper back. Use an electric wrench to fix the screw caps on each lead screw. Fixed wire trough. PVC hard PVC trunking should be installed on the surface of the warehouse. The fan and outdoor unit circuits, etc., cannot be fixed. The wiring of the warehouse body needs to be installed with flexible conduits. The wires passing through the warehouse body must be wrapped in conduits in advance. Avoid the warehouse panels from scratching the wires. The wire trough must be horizontal and vertical, and all wires must run inside the wire trough. Determine the direction of the copper pipe. Refer to the following schematic diagram. A hole is made at the outlet of the copper pipe. 50. The height of the copper pipe outlet when the copper pipe is taken out of the warehouse is measured, for example, 50 centimeters. 10. Add a hole 10 centimeters away from the top plate at the external opening. Please note that the openings in the storage body should be slightly lower than the copper pipe outlet of the cold air blower to facilitate oil return. Make a mark. Use an electric drill to make a hole at the marked area. Make sure the angle of the opening is smooth and flat. Use thermal insulation cotton to insulate copper pipes and high and low pressure pipes. The seams are fixed with all-purpose glue. Make the oil return bend. The suction pipe of the cold air blower needs to have a return oil bend. Drill the holes in advance. This hole position is reserved for the installation of the balance pipe at the back. 15. The width of the oil return bend should be controlled within 15 centimeters. Connect the cold air blower. Use a manifold tester to test whether there is pressure in the fan's pressure holding. If there is pressure, let it go. When the pressure value reaches 0, the next operation can be carried out. Remove the screws and take off the sheet metal parts on the side of the fan. Before welding the solenoid valve, it should be pulled out and placed aside to avoid being damaged by baking. Disassemble the needle valve counterclockwise. Inverted needle valve. Remove the valve core. Follow the same steps to remove the remaining valve cores. Use scissors to cut off the cable ties. Use a screwdriver to remove the screws of the temperature sensing bulb. Take out the metal part of the temperature sensing bulb and set it aside. Use a cutter or welding tool to remove the pipe cap. Find the pre-prepared return oil bend. Weld the corresponding positions. Weld each pipe connection. Make sure there are no leakage points in the welding. As shown in the picture, the balance tube is inserted into the reserved hole. Do not insert the balance tube to the bottom. Insert the balance tube according to the distance. Connect the high-pressure pipe. Weld the joints of balance pipes and high-pressure pipes. Note: after welding is completed, wait for the temperature to cool down before proceeding to the next step. Install the top needle valve. Go clockwise. Reinstall the solenoid valve. Let's take a look at the direction of the pipeline. Wait for the temperature to drop after welding. Refix the position of the temperature sensing bulb. It must not be installed at the welding point or horizontally. Connect the outdoor unit. Expand the copper tube using an expander. After taking on a trumpet shape, connect the pipes to the bell mouth and then tighten the screws. First, connect the wires of the solenoid valve inside the fan. 6, 7, points 6 and 7 are the wire connection points of the solenoid valve. Find the wire of the external electromagnetic valve. Connect the power supply. After connecting the fluorine meter, open it for charging to proceed with the next step of leak detection. The current display shows a pressure value. Next, we will conduct leak detection for each pipeline. Check if there are any missed points, including fan ducts. After the leak detection is completed, release the pressure. Note: if the external unit has the refrigerant-filled label, then proceed directly to the next step. Otherwise, refrigerant needs to be added. Demonstration of operation without refrigerant addition. Connect the fluorine adding meter. Open the valve counterclockwise using an Allen wrench. Connect the vacuum pump and turn on the switch to perform vacuuming. 50. After vacuum extraction for 50 minutes. 99. The value is -0.99. Refer to the refrigerant charging comparison table to find the corresponding model and then charge it. Connect the fluorine adding pipe to the refrigeration tank. Open the tank and turn it upside down. Discharge the gas in the pipeline. Open the valve and start filling. The amount of refrigerant to be added should be determined based on the size of the unit. 1.5p243 gg, for example, 1.5p requires the addition of 2.43 kilograms of refrigerant. 7.4 gg, just stop adding as shown in the above figure after obtaining the value of 7.4 kilograms. After the leak detection is completed, release the gas in the pipeline until the pressure value drops to 0. Connect the vacuum pump. 50. Turn on the vacuum pump, evacuate the air. The duration is 50 minutes. Pay attention to extending the copper pipe of the fan outside the warehouse. It should be inclined. Use thermal insulation cotton and thermal insulation cable ties for insulation. Fixed control panel. 1.5. The control panel should be installed 1.5 meters above the ground. 20 centimeters to the left of the door facing the warehouse door. Push the fixed components vertically downward from the back of the control panel. Screw fixed assembly. The control panel is installed from the top of the component downwards. Fixed cold storage lights. It is installed at the center of the top plate. If there are multiple installation requirements for warehouse lights, the distance distribution should be uniform. Install the light switch. 1.3. The switch of the warehouse light should be installed 1.3 meters above the ground. 15 centimeters to the left of the warehouse door facing the warehouse door. Installation of balanced windows. The balance windows are installed on both sides of the opposite side of the cold air blower. 30 centimeters from the top. Link line. 15P380. Take the 1.5P Brilliance 380 volt unit as an example. 5. There are a total of 5 sets of power cords. This group is a double core wire connected to the solenoid valve. 220. This group is also a double core wire connected to 220 volts balanced window. 220. This set of double core wires is connected to a 220 volt lamp. This set of 4 core wires is connected to frosting. 3 lines of fire, a neutral wire. L1, L2, L3. This set of 3 core wires is connected cold air fan L1, L2, L3. This one is connected to the defrosting sensor. The black one is the warehouse temperature sensor. The connection lines of the display panel. These 4 are the main power supplies. L1, L2, L3. 0 line. This group is the line for balancing the window. L2, connect L2 and the neutral wire. This group is the wire of our warehouse lamp. L3, connect L3 to the neutral wire. This set consists of 4. Defrosting power supply. 4, the blue one is the neutral line number 4. L1, L2, L3, L3 fire line. This group is the fan line. L1, L2, L3. This group consists of 2 wires, solenoid valve wire. 11 is the front line. 12 is the neutral line. Precautions. 14, the first 4 on the left are the input power supplies. 5 to 7 are output defrosting. 8-10, the output of the fan is 8 to 10. 11-12 to 12 are the outputs of the solenoid valve. Do not connect the output terminal to the input power supply. Wiring diagram. It should be noted that all lines must run within the line trough. There must be no broken skin or exposed wires. Probe installation. Fix the defrosting probe on the return air pipe. Place the temperature sensing probe upwards and wrap it with tape to secure it. Avoid having the probe facing down or it will freeze. Installation of water pipes. The part with a string is the head. The one without a line is the tail. Place the heating wires into the water pipe in sequence from the end. (25–45), lead out of the warehouse at a horizontal angle of 25 to 45 degrees downward. Water pipes must not be directly discharged from the side or run through the warehouse. Insulation of water pipes. First, wrap the water pipe with thermal insulation cotton and then fix it with thermal insulation cable ties. Copper pipe insulation. Use thermal insulation cotton to insulate the pipeline. The thermal insulation cable ties are wound and fixed in sequence. Cold bridge treatment. All openings must be filled with sealant to ensure there is no light leakage or cold leakage. The lead screw at the top of the cold air blower must break the cold bridge and apply foaming agent. Ophthalmoscopy detection. This is the observation port of the sight lens. 1. No 1 indicates a severe shortage of refrigerant in the liquid mirror. There are a large number of bubbles. The flow rate is fast and the liquid is intermittent. It will affect refrigeration. 2. No 2 shows uniform bubbles visible in the liquid microscope. It can never be fully covered. It's a slight lack of refrigerant. It will not affect the refrigeration. However, it will affect the cooling of the compressor. 3. No 3 is a liquid microscope that is basically full. Occasional bubbles are normal. Oil sight glass inspection. This is the observation port of the oil sight glass. 2. 3. The oil test liquid level is 2/3, and the refrigeration oil is clear.